Today is Martin Luther King Day, a day marking the civil rights leader's birthday and celebrating his life and legacy. To talk more about the history of this holiday and its significance, we're joined today by Associate Professor Francoise Hamlin from Brown University's Department of Africana Studies. Professor, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
What do you think Dr. King would make of the state of this country today?
I think he would be sad. Actually, I think he would be upset that, the sort of the movement of the 1960s, 50 or plus years ago, is still continuing. Remanifested into the Black Lives Matter movement, but seeing how so many of the gains from that mass movement in the 60s has been eroded in the several decades since, and particularly in the last 4 years.
I was doing some research, and I think Dr. King would have been 91, in his 90s this year. You and I were emailing a little bit before this, and you mentioned sort of his life and the reality of his life, but also the myth, the legend that now surrounds Dr. Martin Luther King. So what do you think some of the biggest misconceptions are as we have, sort of told his story?
I think it's really easy to make someone a hero when they're dead. And this is a man who was hated in his lifetime. He was murdered because of his actions and his activities. He went to Memphis not to paint houses, right? He was there for labor rights, fighting for a minimum wage and safety in the workplace. These are, terms, these are ideas and terms that would be termed socialist now, even though that isn't the definition of socialism. So he was a man who, held very radical Christian values, but radical in the sense of thinking about social responsibility and social action, and fairness and equality. So, I think in that sense, the collective public memory has been sanitized for sure, to the point where we're seeing folks who would have voted against him now quoting him.
Professor Brian here, today specifically, every year we see a lot of people posting a favorite quote on social media from Dr. King. Any thoughts? Is there a concept of his that he would really want us to live out every other day of the year and not just pull that mindset into one day? I'm not one for his quotes. I mean, I really think about, he was such a beautiful orator and such a wonderful preacher that it's really easy to pull quotes out of context. So when I teach sort of the I Have a Dream speech, and I don't focus on the last 5 minutes, right, where he goes into his preacher mode, and that's the part that everyone likes to quote. I go backwards and listen to the entire speech that is actually really radical and shows a sort of a progression of thinking and knowledge and insight about what the country needs to be doing. And it makes people uncomfortable, which is why it's much easier to soundbite the bits that works well.
That is a fascinating take on that. On this MLK Day, I know a lot of folks are encouraged, many folks have the day off, maybe encouraged to do an act of service. Knowing what you know about Dr. King's legacy, his life, the reality of it, what would you encourage folks to do today?
I would encourage folks that the acts of service need to happen 360, right? And also to 365, and also to really think about what does public service mean? Is it a kind of public service where you are putting your life on the line, or are you painting houses? Are you teaching a man to fish, or are you giving them fish, right? And I think that's sort of thinking about economic justice and working towards that. Of course, we need houses painted, right? But in thinking long term, what are we actually doing to make the society a better place and leave it, in a better situation for our children than perhaps we are in now?
Professor Hamlin, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.